Ayang Rinpoche was born in Tibet to a nomadic family. At his birth, there occurred unusual and auspicious signs. His mother dreamt about a being similar to a Buddha, from whom a golden vajra emanated. The vajra was absorbed into the crown of her head. In another dream, a bright light emerged from the night, like a shooting star, and was absorbed into her body, and the whole sky and ground were filled with red light.
Your motivation is very important. Try to keep pure motivation. Pure motivation means whatever you do, activity, something benefit for others, not only you. This is very important.
After the Chinese invasion of Tibet in the early 1950s, thousands of Tibetan refugees began to settle in southern India. They believed their stay was only temporary. At first, only a single monastery was built to accommodate the four sects of Buddhism. As time went by, and as Tibet remained an occupied land, the separate schools began to construct their own monasteries. The people began to put down roots.
This monastery, how we started, how we built up, I will tell you, just short. I asked to His Holiness Ayang Rinpoche, I asked permission from him. He is a wonderful master, and he's give to me permission. That moment he's like my teacher. I'm quite young that time. Yeah, and then he freely, nicely, with the positive, he gave me permission. And then we started this Kajupa monastery. When I started Kajupa monastery, that moment in my pocket, only 100 rupees Indian. That much I have money. I know 100 rupees we can't build up monastery. But I thought, through the positive thought, through the pure motivation, if we will do this activity, definitely it will be something happens. Just my two eyes closed and then I'm jumping on this project. Many monasteries, they're starting same time, same situation. And then sometimes some people, they're really fighting. They say, oh, too much. Many monasteries, they're asking donation every day, too much. Long times they're shouting and then they're giving. Some people they're doing. Still, we have to listen. Listen, whatever they talk, and then whatever they give, have to take. We did like this way, collecting the donation with the Tibetan refugee people. All those people very poor, of course. They did great donation, great helpful. We started from that seed. Those monks, when they enter to the monastery have to keep all the education and medicals and food and clothes, everything have to keep from the monastery. This is our Tibetan Buddhist custom. We built up just temporarily. Even the foundation, stone and mud, they don't have cement. That little bit, we are thinking about our country, maybe very fast, very soon, independent country. We are going back to Tibet very soon. Maybe that much is enough. Monastery monk have to stay whole life. But whatever they wish, if they want to stop, can't by force. But custom, monk have to stay whole life is okay. Those monks' home is the monastery. Most, they came very young. From the beginning time, sometimes youngest did age 5. But it's good. Little bit we are take care of. Difficult, but when the young age times putting in the monastery, and then he is used to from the young age, he is comfortable. Same like his family home. But take care of those young monks is quite difficult. Many child, they never had any education. Everything we have to start from here. Myself, I'm going to every country to do the teaching. Those people which they offer to me after the teaching, all those money we are collecting. Great Westerners, some people they're doing, sponsor. We don't have every monk sponsor. No. Just few monks sponsor. Yeah, that's sponsor money, we don't give each monk. What we do, all this sponsor money, collecting, putting together. If we give those monks sponsor money each month, then few monks very much too much proud. When they get money, they are more proud. And there are more thoughts. And then other monk is sad, looking there. For these reasons, we did echo all this.
He is talking to them.
I am an animal like you.
I am an animal like you.
Maya, you are welcome.
You are welcome.
Phowa is an ancient Tibetan Buddhist practice for transferring one's consciousness at the time of death. Today, Rinpoche is considered one of the world's foremost Phowa masters. Rinpoche began his worldwide teachings in the early 1960s at the request of both the Dalai Lama and the 16th Karmapa.
In Tibet, Wajayan Buddhists, particular Dikung Kajupa lineage. I came from Dikung lineage. But not only in Dikung, my personal, my special root master, root lama, is His Holiness 16th Karmapa. And then when I'm young, I received many Nyingma teachings. For me, all these three, nothing different. But I will say, my lineage, Dikung Kajupa. By this, I received Dikung Phowa teaching. I did practice on this. And then when we reached to the India, those who know about the Dikung Phowa, those old age people, they asked me, teach the Phowa. Dikung Phowa is very special. Phowa is one of the great methods, direct way achieved with enlightenment. Most precious method in Vajrayana Buddhism. Many people, they're praying, they like to attain in pure Buddha land. But which method, more than prayer, how to attain to the pure Buddha land? What is that method? That is the Phowa practice. Everybody, we have to die. And then that moment, where to go, how to do, what to think. We must find out something. For these reasons, Phowa is particular death moment. Very important. Those who received this teaching, those people no reason fear for the death. They already know death moment, what to do, where to go, already arranged. I give the teaching Phowa in the forest under the tree shadow. At that time, very successful, many people clear sign Phowa. During the practice for that moment, many people there vision Buddha Amitabha, Pure Land, very clear sign. Generally, at the being, when the death moment, consciousness passing through any of these 9 doors with our bodies, 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nose, 2 mouth, 2 lower passage. That moment, those beings, it will be rebirth. Any of these 6 realms, samsara place. By this, they say this 9 door is samsara door. Other than 9 door, we have to open new door. Which place? In the crown center. How we can open the crown center door? Through the Phowa meditation, we can open crown door. We can see physical sign with your body. Many different levels for sign. Best for sign is during the practice time, meditation and chanting. At that moment, all this worldly, ordinary thought, it will be completely stopped. And then that moment, they can vision Buddha Amitabha or different Buddha or Bodhisattva or pure Buddha land. They can see that moment. And then that moment, those people strongly cry and shaking body and jumping. You can see, some people. But then can't feel. They are crying and jumping, shaking. They can't feel. They are most joyful, great joyful. They can see all this wonderful vision by this great, full of joy, wisdom joy. By this, people shaking and jumping. All this comes from there. Yeah, like this kind Phowa sign is best Phowa sign. And other Phowa sign, in your crown, on your crown center, sometimes people coming, pimple, itching, like the needle pressing like this, and sometimes drop of blood coming out, or drop of limbs, yellow liquid coming out, like this kind, many different kind signs. Any of these different kind sign, if you got, then we can decide our crown center door is open. My root master, His Holiness 16th Yavakama, he says, now you must go west and teach for the Westerners. For what reasons? They are very new for the Buddha Dharma. Yeah, those country people, if they can't see actual Buddha Dharmas, they resolve, something resolve, sign, difficult to confidence and devotion. You can show through the Phowa teaching, through the Phowa sign, you can show them what is the Buddha Dharma. Blessing, power, all those results. By this, people will be increased confidence and devotion, and then it will be those practitioners stable and strong practitioners. For these reasons, very important you have to teach West country. Through his blessing, he sent me in the West. I asked to His Holiness Dalai Lama, I'm teaching Phowa like this, people getting the sign, result like this. Really, it is helpful for them or not? His Holiness Dalai Lama, he talked to me, same like His Holiness Karma. Is helpful, you must teach, continue. By the practice, positive result, not only the death time. In this lifetime, definitely we can see. Those good practitioners always hold this worldly place, every being and place, visualize always. They think this pure land, all the being is Buddha and Bodhisattva. By this, their mental is become pure, and then they can see exact all this ordinary samsara place. They can see perfect pure land, and all this ordinary being, they can see Buddha and Bodhisattva, which I talked in the Phowa course Buddha Amitabha teaching. Previous time in Tibet, one great master, he is doing prostration to the dog, other people saw. And then that other person, he is asking that master, why you are prostration to the dog? Then that master, he says, I can't see this dog. All the times, all outer phenomena, inner being, everyone, I visualize my root master. By this, I can see this my root master. For this purpose, I am doing prostration to this dog. See, that moment, he can see his root master, but dog is nothing changed. His mind is become pure. Then he can see that dog is his master. For example, like this, our mind, we don't think when we are death moment, then we are going to the pure light. Then that times we can see only pure light, not like this. When we are perfect pure mind, even the short moment, that moment, then we can see exact pure Buddha light. Those poor practitioners which they had vision during the practice time, they came like this. Buddha Dharma and Tibetan culture, if we try to make separate, we can't make separate. Essence of Tibetan culture is the Buddha Dharma. For this purpose, we started the monastery. By the Tibetan culture, who will be helpful? Of course, all the beings. Right?
Sha